So welcome back to online classes. So theory based accounting. So in this chapter you are going to study about the theory related to accounting. So basic terms or terminology used in accounts. So dear student, to learn accounting as a commerce students, you should know the basic words, the terminology used in accounts. These are the words repeatedly you are going to use in especially in commerce, and will doing the account subjects. These are the words repeatedly you are going to use. So as a commerce students, you should know these basic terms and terminology used in accounts with meaning and with examples. Now let us start with the first transactions. See, any activity going on between the two parties, it should be some monetary benefit that we can call as a business transactions. So business transactions means the transfer of money or money's worth from one person to another person, which affects the financial position of the business. So buying and selling of goods for some monetary benefit, so those transactions we can call as a business transactions. So there are two types of business transactions: cash transaction and a credit transaction. Cash transaction means a transactions which movement of cash between the business and any person. So in cash transaction, the transactions we are going to settle immediately. It means we'll settle the cash. If you are purchasing or selling of goods, if you are clearing the transaction by accepting cash or by making a cash, so those transactions we can call as a cash transaction. For example, purchase goods for cash, sold goods for cash. So these are the examples of a cash transaction. Now the credit transaction, buying and selling of goods on the credit basis. We'll purchase the goods, but the payment we will make in the future to the creditors. So creditors, they are the suppliers of the business who will supply the goods, will supply the product to a business on the credit basis. So in credit transaction, the payment they will make in the future date. They will fix the date within a week, within a month. So all those transactions we can call as credit transaction. For example, purchase goods from Shankar on credit, sold goods to Ravi on credit. So this we can say a credit transaction. So here we will promise to pay in the future. Next, entity. A business or accounting entity may be a sole proprietorship, a partnership firm, a company, a public undertaking, a club, charitable or institution. See, every business there is identity. There is a entity here. So sole proprietorship business, that is one man business. So who will start one man a business? So that is sole proprietorship. See, for every business there is a name. There is a name. For example, Shanti store, Ramya store. So all these are the name. With the help of name, we can identify this shop belongs to so and so. So for every business, there will be a entity. So partnership firm, if they have business in the form of partnership firm, for example, ABC partnership firm, Ram and Rahim partnership firm, and public undertaking companies, for example, Tata company, Reliance company. So these are the business and these are the entity. So every business, they have their own existence here. Next, drawings. Drawings refers to the goods or cash withdrawn by the proprietor for his personal use or for domestic purpose or for a family purpose. See, in accounts, if the owner, if want to find out, if you want to ascertain the exact profit, first he has to explain about the transactions. As the owner, he is having full rights, he is having full power to use his assets, but for accounting purpose, he has to give the details to a business, to accountant, to auditor that this amount I am taking for personal use. So withdrawals made by the owner, maybe in the form of cash or maybe in the form of goods. So that is the drawings here. So in every business, this is a common. If the owner is having a business like provision store, definitely he will make some withdrawals for a family purpose, maybe in the form of goods, maybe in the form of product. So all it is in drawings. Next, capital. Capital is also called as an investment of a business. It means the excess of assets or the liabilities of the organization. You know, the capital is an amount invested by the owner to start a new business. Capital may be in the form of cash and capital may be in the form of other assets. Capital means the money or monies introduced by the owner to start the new business. To start the new business, owner, he will invest cash, and along with cash, he will introduce the goods also. He will introduce furniture and other assets. So all that we can call as the capital here. You know, to start every new business, owner, he will invest many things, that is cash, furniture, goods. So that you can say the capital here. Next, liability. So liabilities are the properties of the business to others, what business has to pay to others. See, in every wholesale business, they will have certain the responsibilities towards the outsiders. So liabilities means the amount has to settle by the owner to the outsiders. Why he has to settle? Because he has taken the facilities, he has used the funds given by others. For example, if a business has taken the loan, bank loan from other financial institutions or long-term liabilities, these are the non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities are long-term liabilities where the owner will get the time to repay the liabilities. He will get the time to repay 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. So those we can call as a non-current liabilities. So non-current liability is also called as a long-term liabilities. Next, the current liabilities means the temporary liabilities, short-term liabilities. So these liabilities business has to settle within a short period, that is not more than 1 year. Within a 1 year they have to pay. So example, creditors. Creditors means they are the suppliers who will supply the goods, product, raw material to business on credit basis. Bills payable, outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses means the expenses which has not paid by the business that has to be paid in future. For example, this month, last month, they have not cleared the rent to a landlord. That rent has to be paid in the next month. So that is outstanding. So outstanding expenses is a liability, a short-term liability that has to be settled within a short period. And next, bank overdraft. So bank overdraft is a kind of loan, is a type of loan given by the bank to its current account holder. You know, the current account holder opened by a businessman. On the guarantee of a businessman, so bank will give the offer, will give the facility, so he can withdraw the excess of his bank balance. So all it is an examples of current liabilities. So it's clear that the liabilities, non-current liabilities and current liabilities. And one more type you have the liability, shareholders fund. Shareholders fund, so this word will be used in corporate. The funds belongs to the shareholders in the form of equity shares, in the form of preference shares. Next, assets. So assets already I explained you. The assets are the properties of the business owned by the proprietor. So assets means what owners is having, that is assets. So assets classification, non-current assets, it is fixed assets. Fixed assets means those assets purchased by the business for its permanent use, not for the resale. Example, tangible assets. You know, tangible assets are those assets which can be seen, which can be touched. Land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, office equipments. So next, intangible assets. Those assets which cannot be seen, only we can feel. Goodwill, patents, copyrights, trademarks, computer softwares, industrial designs. So these are the examples of intangible assets. And a business will have one more type of assets, that is current assets. Current assets are fluctuating of assets. So we will fluctuate in day-to-day activities of the business. Example, stock. You know, stock, opening stock, closing stock. So there are two types of stock. Opening means stock at the beginning and closing stock at the end. So every business will not have the fixed stock. Today what they have, morning what they have, the same figures they count in the evening or tomorrow, because there will be sold out. If they have purchased new stock, that is increase in stock. If they have sold the stock, that is decrease in stock. So, is in current assets. Fluctuating of assets is called as current assets. Example, cash also. What owners is having today? Cash. For example, today is having 5,000, tomorrow maybe 10,000, 15,000, we can't say. That is current assets. Even bank balance, cash in hand, check in hand, draft in hand, and debtors. Debtors, they are the persons who gives the money to the business. Why they had to give business? Why they had to pay the amount to the business? Because they have purchased the goods, they have purchased the product from the business on credit basis. So, debtors we can call as customers who will purchase the goods from the business on the credit basis. They will become the debtors of the company. Bills receivable and prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses means the expenses which are given in advance by the business, by the owner. For example, they have paid rent in advance for the full year to a landlord. That will be treated as assets, current assets. They have paid insurance in advance for the full year. That we can treat it as assets, current assets. So, it's clear that the assets are tangible assets, intangible assets and current assets. So, dear students, in fundamentals, and even we have one question, classify the following into asset account, liabilities account. You should know the assets and liabilities. As a common student, you should know the assets and liabilities because it is comes under the basic terms and terminology. Next, trade receivable. Debtors plus bills receivable we can call as a trade receivable. So, already I explained the debtors is a person who owes the money to the business, who gives the money to the business. Trade payables, that is creditors plus bills payable. Creditors are the suppliers. A creditor is a person whom the business owes the money. Why we have owes the money to others? Because we have purchased the goods, raw material from the supplier, creditors. So goods refer to things or articles purchased in the business for resale. So every business will keep goods, will purchase goods. He will make and he will maintain the stock. Goods may be a product. For example, electronic shop, whatever you will keep the stock in the shop, that is all it is goods. Maybe a stationery shop. So whatever the stationery shop you will keep stock, that is goods. That is bundle of commodities. So goods, it is a current assets. Next, meaning of stock. The goods which are unavailable, the goods which are available with the business for sale on particular date is called as a stock. See, stock goods is the same here. So every business will maintain stock to make their transactions. So stock, that is unsold items, that is unsold goods by the business. So stock, so already I explained you the opening stock and the closing stock. Opening stock, unsold items at the beginning of the financial year. So in accounts we will use financial year, that is opening date 1/4 and closing date 31st March. So 1/4 is the opening stock. So whatever stock will be available in the beginning of the year, that is opening stock. What stock will be available at the end of the year, that is closing stock. So it's clear that stock two types, opening stock and closing stock. And stock is also called as inventory. Next, incomes. Incomes refers to any earnings and gains made from the business operations for a particular period. See, income means the profit here, how the business is going to earn the profit with the help of sales. So, whatever in sales they will earn, that is revenue, income, profit. The motive of every business is to make the profit. So, main profit they will earn with the help of business operation, that is business operation main is a sales here. So, incomes, example, commission received, interest received, discount received, all these are the examples of incomes. Next, what are losses? Losses are unwanted expenses which a business has to bear without receiving any benefit in the returns. See, every business, they have to take a risk. If they want a profit, they have to take risk. So in every business, there will be a losses. So losses, example, the loss of goods by fire, loss of vehicle through accident. So all these are the losses. Cash stolen by one of a cashier or staff is a loss. So loss of goods, loss of vehicles, loss of cash, so all we can call as losses here. Next, gains. Gains refers to any profit received on sale of assets owned by the business. See, first of all, the assets, fixed assets. So fixed assets purchased by the business for its permanent use. If any assets are sold by the business and after the sale, if they get any income on sale of fixed assets, profit on sale of fixed assets, example, machinery, sale of machinery, land. So that is not a regular income to the business. Business will get regular income on sale of product. This is irregular income. So it's clear that if they get any profit on sale of fixed assets, that is gain here. Discount means deductions in prices to attract customers. So business will fix the discount. That is, discount means reduction in prices. So there are two types: cash discount and trade discount. So these are the basic terms and terminology used in accounts. Sale, sale, revenue means the income, expenses, expenditures, profit means same, the revenue here, and drawings already I explained it. So as a commerce students, you should know the basic terms and terminology used in accounts. So, dear students, I have uploaded many videos. To get notification of my videos, You subscribe my channel and you will get other videos also. Thank you.